Hello, how's everyone doing? Today is day 4 of Malaysia lockdown. So, due to demand, I've got clients asking if I can do some glutes workout for you all. So, yesterday we'll be doing glutes, but we're going to focus on Pilates. Okay, so Pilates glutes workout. So, we're going to make it burn today. So, as usual, we're going to do mat Pilates, so we have your mat. So if you don't have a mat, get a towel and just spread it on the floor and let's get things started. So I want you to lie down sideways. So this is what we are going to do. I did this series in one of my abs series before, but today we're going to more focus on the glutes instead of focusing on the abs. But still, we're doing Pilates, so the abs are always constantly working as usual. So I want everybody to tighten your core to really lift up your abdominal. So you want to make sure you are in one straight line, so you're not like just relaxing like that. Can you see the difference between my abs and now? Okay, I look slimmer, right? Okay, now the other hand you can put it at the top. Okay, now keep your tummy nice and tight. You want to make sure you're one straight line from your head to your toes. And now let's from here, you're going to inhale, lift up your leg, flex your feet, and then lower down. Now pretty easy exercise just for warm up. Inhale, lift up, exhale and flex, and lower. Inhale, and then exhale, and then up, and down. So very nice and easy exercise here. Okay. Now maybe after a couple of times you might start feeling there's a little squeeze and burn at your butt. Okay, and keep doing it until you feel start to feel tired. Then we're going to do the next exercise. We're going to lift up here. Now we're just 1 inch up and down. I'm feeling my butt is burning now. Okay, and just keep pausing. Maybe do a couple of 10 times, and then we can stop, and then we can start drawing circle. Okay, drawing circle from the front to the back, from the front to the back. Yeah, do about 10 times, and then after that you can reverse it. As you realize, I am a person who I don't usually count my Pilates counting because as soon as you feel the burn, it's good enough because you're not doing bodybuilding like now. So just do until it's body weight, and really depends on how strong your muscles are, right? Until you feel tired and then you stop and then lower and take a breather. I'm already feeling the burn. I hope you are feeling the same too. Okay, now of course let's do some flexibility. We're gonna kick your leg all the way up and coming down. Kick all the way up and then coming down. Good. So it's more range of movement. Lift up and kick, and then lower down. Always keeping your core really nice and tight, as high as you can without collapsing. No collapsing. Okay, so when you go up, try to turn out your leg. So your legs are not pointing forward. You can't. Give it some way. So your knees now is pointing towards the front, right? Your front. So it'll be pointing towards the mirror now. When I go up, I actually turn it out so that I have my knee facing towards my ear. Okay, and then down. This is pretty tiring. So don't just kick. I know a lot of people like to just kick. Out. Don't just kick. Lift it up. Lift up. And then lower down. And lift up. Then you start to feel the burn. And then down. Alright, that's very good. Now let's from here, I want to develop your leg here. Okay, so your knees pointing up towards the ceiling. So your top knee pointing up to the ceiling, we're just going to straighten. And then you bend. Now, keep squeezing those bottom. You want to be sure your bottom is not falling backwards. Throughout the whole entire series today, you're not going to fall backwards. Keep squeezing those bottom forward. Go up and then down. And of course, doing this movement can improve your flexibility. You feel your inner thighs, hamstring stretchings. At the same time, you are actually squeezing your butt. Okay, squeezing your butt and extend. Because if you don't squeeze your butt, you're going to fall backwards. So this one you want to avoid. And then up and down. Yep, very nice. Of course, from here, we can drop the knee forward and then open. Dropping the knee forward and then open. My glutes is burning like nobody's business now. And then open. Super easy exercise. Okay, that's one last one. And then we can straighten our legs and go back to parallel. And you can take a breather if you want. Now, this is another exercise called the stack. You're going to lift the bottom leg up. Lift the top leg up. Then we're going to have the bottom leg to join. Now, you're using the inner thighs also at the same time. So you're using your butt, your adductor working and join. And then coming down. So top leg, inhale. And then exhale, bottom leg join and then coming down. Lift up and then join together and coming down. So using your top butt, using your inner thighs and then come down together. Butt, inner thighs and then down. Good. And then lower. Very nice. We also done this in the previous videos. We lift up both legs together. Okay, you can do a couple of times of this. And then the next one is my favorite. Now you can bring your legs a little bit forward because it's hard to balance. Of course, you're still keeping your core very nice and tight. Now we're going to lift your leg up as high as your pelvis only. Flexing your feet, I want you to kick your leg forward. And then you return. And then you're going to point your toes and kick backwards. And then return. Kicking forward, you're going to start feeling the glutes burning and squeezing to the back. And kicking to the front, flex. And then point your toes and squeezing to the back. And front. And then going to the back. Okay. Couple of times. Until you feel really, really tired. And then you can come back to the center and put your leg down. Alright, this is a side series for your butt. So of course, you need to repeat on the other side. But I'm not going to show you the other side. But you're going to do it on your own, okay? Alright, now another series. Let's do it lying down on your tummy. Okay? So we're going to just stack our fingers and just relax our upper body down. So your fingers are touching towards your, just relaxing on your forehead. No, your forehead actually relaxing on your fingers. Just relax. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're just going to do a lift a leg and then lift up and then down. Lift up and then lower. Now, so I want your legs to be slightly turning outwards. So you can see my toes are turning outwards, not inwards, outwards. Okay, so I lift up and then down. And I'm keeping my pelvis very nice and square on the floor. So I'm not doing this. Okay, it's not about how high, but how hard you squeeze your butt. Okay, let's do again, lift up and down. Lift up and down. Okay, just start feeling squeezing your butt. Good. Or you can lift up both legs. Now those people with not so strong glutes might have difficulty doing this exercise. So you might want to just do a single leg first. Okay? Squeezing the glutes really, really, really nice and tight. Alright. Now this is the next exercise. This is a funny exercise. Now I want everybody to bend your knees. So my knees are actually pointing outwards. I'm joining my feet together. So I am not clapping my feet together. As if I'm opening as though I am pressing up towards the ceiling. So I'm like a frog. I'm like a frog position now. Okay, so what is going to happen here is nothing much. I want you to just squeeze your heels together and then release. Now this is a very magical movement. If you do it right, when you press your heels together, you will feel like the bottom suddenly gets really tight. Okay, so that's how the connection of the muscles is. So when you press the heels together, And when there's nothing to press, your glutes actually have to tighten. You feel tightening at the side here, and then release. Exhale, you're going to squeeze it. So have people, if there's any of you who, it's very hard for you to feel the glutes, this is one of the very good exercise to just squeeze it and release. And then squeeze it and release. Now try to squeeze like 100%, and then when you release, I will just release 50% and squeeze extra 100, and then release just a 50. So you're constantly getting the connection of your butt. Now, of course, we're gonna make it harder. While you squeeze it, I will lift your thighs up and then lower. Inhale and exhale. Now I'm still keeping my pubic bone, my pelvis on the floor. So do not make the mistake of like arching your back. Okay, I was just feeling the glutes working. And then down. Exhale. Inhale and lower. You lift as high as you can. Lift up your knees up high. As high as you can. And keep squeezing the heels. Don't forget about it. This is your focus, your glutes. And 2 more times. And then one last one. Okay, do as much as you can go. Alright, next exercise is actually my favorite exercise. A lot of people are asking me, how do you get nice glutes in Pilates? Actually, I will tell you, this coming exercise is my favorite. I feel the most. Every time I finish, training this exercise, the next day I'll be feeling like, wow, my glutes is working really hard. So, let me show you this. So we are lying down on the floor, your feet are apart, okay, knees and toes pointing outwards. Like we're going to go for a swan dive, like a cobra, all the way up. So this exercise actually called swan dive. This is a full version of swan dive. I want you from here, now fix your back, okay, so you don't want to collapse your back, but at the same time, I would think when lifting your leg up, you want to point your toes up towards the ceiling. Can you see my body is leaning slightly forward? And then I'm coming up, pushing off with my hand. And then I squeeze my glutes. My target, what I'm thinking is I want my toes to touch the ceiling, pointing up towards the ceiling. My body will naturally come down. And I push myself up. And again, my toes want to go up towards the ceiling. And then I push myself up. Now the very common mistake people will make is they will do this. Can you see the difference? No, this is wrong. You don't drop your body down and lift your leg up. Instead, you want to think about the other way. You want to think about toe leading the way. So when you have no choice, your body has to go forward a little bit and pushing yourself up. And my tip is always looking to the front so that you don't go down towards the floor. Okay, wherever you are looking, your body will follow. Okay, so if you're looking down to the floor, it's very natural that your body wants to just go down because there's one signal you send to your brain. When you're looking straight, you'll keep the shape of your back. So you want to imagine you're like a rocking chair, rocking forward and back, and really squeezing those glutes really, really tight to have your toes up towards the ceiling. Now, of course, if you're more adventurous, you can actually let go of your hand, right? It's an intermediate version that you can let go of your hand so you could move and then return. Okay, so shall I show you advanced version? It's much harder. Advanced version really needs a lot of back strength. You can go here. My momentums actually come from my glutes, okay? From my glutes squeezing hard enough to have my toes up. That's why I'm going forward. All right, let's take a breather. We are going to a shallow stretch and just stretch out those back because this exercise is very good for the glutes, but also your back is really working very, very hard. So we're going to stretch it out so that you don't have pain in your lower back. And it will slowly make the spine come up, okay? All right, so with this side, we did lying on your tummy, lying front. We're gonna line facing up towards the ceiling. Most common exercise, your bridge, your hip roll. Okay, but today we're gonna give you a new version so that you can have some new stimulation. Now, the most common one, your feet are hip distance apart. Okay, your feet are in a relaxed position. Don't bring it too close towards your bottom. Okay, we are not trying to arch our back, so just keep it relaxed. I would say your feet is just right underneath your knees. Okay, hands just relax at the side. We're gonna inhale and exhale. We're gonna squeeze those tummy in, then start to roll the bottom up. Okay, and slowly roll it down. Very good for your spine at the same time and your core. Okay, and do a couple of times here. Now, maybe you want to stay here, and then we're going to do our pulses. You can just lower. Okay, this is a hip lift version. You just lower. You see my back is in the neutral. My bottom is not touching. It's like a tiny gap, just 1 inch or maybe less than that. And I just squeeze up. And then going down halfway. And then up. Halfway. And then squeezing up. You want to focus on pressing on the heels and then squeezing your bottom up. Now, if this is easy for you, then you can challenge yourself by doing one leg. Okay? You can just go down halfway and then up. Going down halfway and up. Now, this burns. Okay? You want to make sure your pelvis are nice and square. Really focusing on the bottom hip, bottom butt, and squeezing up. Pelvis square. You can, of course, you can keep your knees bent and just do it, pulsing. And then you can do the other leg. Okay, so you're going to lower and squeeze up. Lower and squeezing up. Really feeling the squeeze at your butt. Of course, you do as much as you can until you feel your glutes are burning. And then you can slowly lower the leg down. Okay, and still squeezing it tight. And then coming down. So what's the new version I'm going to teach you today? This is not the common version. This is called the frog version. So I want your feet to open into like a V shape. Okay, just put your feet into like a V shape. Your heels together, your toes are outwards, your knees are outwards. Okay, and then you place your feet on the floor. Alright, now not the most comfortable position, but why are we doing this? Because it engages more of your gluteus medius, which is the top and side of the glutes. Okay, so same thing. We're going to repeat, squeezing up high and then lower down. And then down. That's right. Okay, this is a different version. It's a frog position version. Some people call it a frog pump. So in this position, I feel you are able to have a little bit more range because you are able to go all the way out and connect the top part here. You can even put your hands here to really feel the difference that your work is making. So inhale and then exhale to squeeze your glutes out. And making sure your knees are 45 degrees out. Don't open too big, then it looks very funny. It's not comfortable, just about 45 degrees. And 3, and a 2, and then 1. Of course, if you want, you can go for some balancing, but since you are in a turn out position, your knees are outwards. If you want to lift up, you're probably lifting 45 degrees, and then you return. You lift up 45 degrees, and then you return, okay? So just try it out, and then relax. Alright, that's it for today for your glutes. I hope your glutes are like feeling tight and pumped now. You can do this every day. It's really good. Another tips is, before we go, if you want to make it harder, if you have a resistant band at home, you can tie a resistant band around your knees and do the exercises. That is going to kill you. It's going to kill your butt. Okay, it's really, really tough. If you want to use the band, probably you just need to pick a few exercises. from the whole exercises that I have shown you today, all the exercises that I've shown you today. So you just probably need to pick a few because that really hurts. So good luck to everyone. Have fun. Ping ping. Nice glutes. Checking out. See you tomorrow.